Hey guys, in today's video, we're going to talk about the current market, which is really a strong buyer's market. And if you're a seller, it's a strong buyer's market.
So there's more homes on the market. It can feel very daunting at times. I know it gets crazy trying to sell a house in a buyer's market, but today we're going to go over some steps that may help you stand out and to attract the right buyers to your home. And we're going to get started on that list
right now.
If this is your first time in our channel, please make sure that you subscribe and tap the bell, and you'll be the first to receive notifications of the changing market and our videos that are coming out. So make sure you subscribe and tap the bell.
We have lots of new stuff coming out, guys. So we're Brian and Brenda Jones, the proud owners of Lone Star Home Realty, and we get calls from people just like you all the time. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 9 months or not 9 years.
No, not 9 years.
Give us a call. We're more than happy to help you.
All of our information is in the box below. You can call us, you can text us, email us, or you can even sign up for a Zoom, whatever's easiest. We're here to help you make a smooth move to the San Antonio area.
Zooms work great.
Yep. So let's start talking about how to sell your house in a buyer's market.
That's what this video is about.
That is. Let's go.
Okay, so what is a buyer's market? The fact that there's a lot more sellers out there than there are buyers is a big turnaround from where we've been in the past.
Absolutely.
Because in the past, there were very few homes for sale and there were a ton of buyers out there. And now that we've totally flipped the script.
Kind of flipped it over.
Flipped the script big time, because there's actually quite a few buyers out there, but there's very few ready to pull the trigger.
Yeah. So what that means is that the prices are lower on the homes, typically speaking, and it's taking a longer time for them to sit on the market, which is definitely impacting sellers right now.
And that's definitely true in the San Antonio area. I don't know about where you live. You can comment below and let us know what your market's like. If homes are flying off the shelf in your market, let us know. We're happy to hear that. But here in San Antonio, Texas in general, I would imagine, is a pretty strong buyer's market.
Yeah. So that definitely, like we said, impacts the sellers. Obviously, your home is going to be on the market longer, but that doesn't mean it's not going to sell. It just means you need to be smarter about how you go about the process, what you do to attract the buyers, and your patience level. That is huge, is being patient in a buyer's market. So, babe, what is the first most crucial thing that a seller needs to do in a buyer's market?
Buy. So I'm serious. If you're a buyer, this is a great time to be in the market.
But I'm saying if you're the seller, which is what the video is about.
I'm trying to stay on track.
Yeah, trying. That's very hard, people. So you have to set the right price. The
number one thing is setting the right price. Be realistic, but that's true in any market. You have to be.
Absolutely.
We've run across sellers in the past where they thought their home was worth $50,000, $60,000 more than it actually was, and we have to burst their bubble and help them understand that you have to set the right price by going with comparable sales in the neighborhood, and you're taking into account your upgrades, if you have any upgrades, and conditions of the property. And that's what happens. You got to, in a seller's market, you have to avoid overpricing.
Yeah. And sometimes the sellers are like, well, let's just start high and see how it goes, which is not recommended even in a seller's market, but definitely not in a buyer's market.
And one thing you'll find in a buyer's market is there's typically a lot of off-the-wall type financing deals that you're going to run across. So you have to be open to different types of offers if you're open to it. And sometimes the offers come in and they're going to be low, and you have to consider that.
But sometimes, even though you get a lower offer, it's better to take the lower offer and negotiate. You'll have better negotiations than ignoring it and waiting for a higher offer that may never even come in. So you have to be open to let's discuss it. I mean,
Yep.
if you don't reach an agreement, then you move on and take the next one that comes. But don't just turn it away because it feels like it's low at the beginning.
Right.
So definitely to put your house kind of in a better
Best position.
best position is make sure that your curb appeal is nice. And this is for any seller, but specifically now, the first impression matters. So when you're driving down the road, take a look at your house. Do your shrubs need to be trimmed? Are your flower beds a mess? Is your door like cracked and peeling or really, really faded?
Some buyers, guys, in this market are making appointments, and then they're driving around the neighborhoods to see before the appointment.
Before they even, yeah.
And they're going to check out your house, and they may call their agent, they may call us, and they may say, you know what?
Never mind.
We don't need to see that house.
Yeah.
And it does happen.
Yeah.
It does happen. So you have to be ready to go when you're listing.
Yeah. And you may make simple upgrades, especially like we're talking about the curb appeal. So paint, like I said, the faded or chipped painting on the front door, just repaint the door, update your landscaping, add a new light fixture, replace light bulbs that are out. Simple things that are not overly expensive or time consuming, but they can make a huge difference from the curb appeal.
Every light bulb has to be
every
working.
light bulb in the house, inside and outside.
Yep.
Yeah. So even staging the entryway, what can you do to like stage the entryway that makes it more appealing?
Well, on the outside, if you have the area to do it with, fresh, colorful plants would be great to stage the entryway. As you're going on the inside, take down the coats, take down the normal things that you just overlook. So remember, you're selling this house. It doesn't belong to you anymore.
But even and what y'all have to remember is, and we say this a lot if you've watched other videos, when the buyers are standing on your front porch and the agent is working to get the key out of the lockbox and unlock the front door.
Buyers are looking everywhere.
The buyers are looking everywhere. So make sure the cobwebs are cleaned out. Make sure the hornet's nest, or what do you call those, mud daubers, or the hornets, or whatnot, yellow jacket nest, whatever they're called. Make sure all that stuff's cleaned out. The bird nests are gone, unless there's babies in the nest. Then don't do that. But just,
you don't want to kill the baby wasps.
No birds. Anyways, just take a look around, make sure that's all updated and clean and it's presentable and fresh. Put a new wreath on the door, put a new mat on the front doorstep. Anything that you can do to just make it appealing and fresh.
And then once you come in the house, you do the typical things you normally do in a sale, but you have to pay very close attention to it, to the detail. You want to declutter and depersonalize, de-identify. You don't want people to walk in your home and be able to tell who lives there.
Well, like Brian said, you're selling anyway, so pack up everything that
you don't
need. Go, put it in the garage. Nobody really cares about the garage.
Anything with eyes comes off the wall.
Yeah. Does that mean like deer?
Yes. Anything with
Pheasants?
eyes. Anything
Fish?
with eyes.
Pictures of your babies.
Pictures of your babies. Pictures of your dogs.
Family. Dogs.
Yeah. Even if they're not yours, take them down.
Take them down. Okay, furniture too.
Arranging the furniture, you got to make it the furniture. You want to take out furniture that may make your room look small.
Yeah. Because
the whole idea is to make the room as big as possible.
Yeah. And you want to make sure it's usable. I mean, if you have a room that you're like, what do you normally do with this room? Talk to us. Talk to your agent if you're in another area selling. But we can come in and rearrange furniture to make the room make a lot more sense. You can hire a stager that can come in and help you. That will make a big difference. But highlighting the features of the home, like if you have a fireplace, let's center around the fireplace. If you have a beautiful kitchen, let's highlight it. Let's make it look warm and appealing and inviting. If you have a backyard, if you have a beautiful backyard, then let's make sure the furniture is set up perfectly. Like you said, flowers and stuff around it, so that everything is just welcoming to the buyer as they walk through your home.
And guys, light matters at any time you're trying to sell your house. So open the blinds, take the blinds down.
Yeah. Open the curtains.
It's
nothing worse than going into a house and everything is dark.
Oh,
and
it's terrible.
I mean, the first thing that we do before the buyers get there, is just make sure the curtains are open, the blinds are
Turn
open,
on
the
all the
lights are
lights.
turned on. Anything we can do to let the natural light coming into the home. But like Brian said, check your light bulbs. Warm light bulbs are the best, but make sure every light bulb is working.
So you've done all of these things. You've staged it correctly, and you've got it curb appeal looking good. You got your shrubs nice and trimmed and everything. It's ready to go. So the next step is to create an effective marketing strategy. And there's several ways to do that. First of which is using a professional photographer to get photos. If you do all of that hard work and you let your realtor take pictures with their iPhone or Android or whatever, what a waste.
Yeah.
Because you can definitely tell the difference.
Yeah, a professional photographer is going to come in.
It's a must.
It's a must. They will see things that you don't see. I mean, our photographer, I will come through and make sure everything is set up, and our photographer still comes behind me and says, I don't like the towel like that, or I don't want this on the counter. So
we don't use this
for photos.
Of homes.
No,
we will not do it.
So it's a good investment to make sure that your home is in its best light when the photographer is there.
And if your home needs that kind of exposure, you might want to consider a virtual tour. Those can be highly effective. You got to leverage social media, all of it.
All of it.
Whenever you can.
Yeah. And we will even, on our listings, we typically will do a YouTube video, as y'all have seen in the past. We'll do a YouTube video just kind of showing you the home, walking you through it, showing the highlights of it. So any way that you can highlight the home on social media and make that just blast it out to the public is the best way to go about it.
So you got the photos done, the house is ready, it's all listed in the MLS. And the next thing is you got to be flexible with showings. So it's very important to be flexible with showings.
And remember, we're in a buyer's market. That means the buyers are really on the steering wheel. They're driving the car.
It's really boils down to making your home available for the buyer's schedule. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. That's what it all boils down to. So if you need a 1 hour lead time, that's fine. 2 hours is stretching.
Even beyond 1 hour, though, sometimes. So, I mean, a lot of times we'll have a 1 hour notice on it, and we'll get a call from the agent saying, hey,
we're here in front of the house.
We're driving down the street, and they want to see your home. In this market, guys, you need to be flexible, and you need to be ready to go, okay, you know what? I'm done. Let's go. But that means you have to keep your house ready at all times.
Yes.
So we always tell our sellers, dude, you got the house done, we got the photos done. This is how you need to live. It's hard, I know, especially with kids and pets.
It won't take long.
You need to make sure that everything's put away.
It's temporary.
When you fill your coffee cup and you use your sugar and your creamer in the morning, make sure it's all put away when you're going to work. So just make sure that it's ready at all times. It's clean, so that you can, at the drop of a hat, really show that home.
It really needs to be good to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else?
Consider open houses. Open houses can generate excitement. They can get buyers in. So if you're interested in that, just make sure you're talking with the agent. A lot of looky-loos from the neighbors come in. So sometimes it's kind of like, but it does generate excitement and kind of gets the word out in the neighborhood that the home is for sale.
And just be aware that probably upwards of 90 to 95% of the time an open house will not sell the house. The buyer does not come from an open house typically. However, it does happen, and it could happen at your house. So be open to it. Yeah,
be open to that. So definitely in this whole process, if you haven't already guessed, you really need to work with a knowledgeable realtor.
Like us,
us in particular, because we have the market expertise. We know what's going on.
We know it's a buyer's market.
Well, and even that, we know certain areas of town are hotter and it's not making that big of a difference. In other areas, it's impacting it a little bit harder. So we're going to have all of that information of what is happening in your specific market in the area that your home is located.
And you want a realtor with solid negotiation skills. And there's a real good way of figuring out how that works by interviewing realtors. And we have a video on that.
We do have a video. Check it out.
So check it out and comment below and let us know what your experience has been with realtors in the past.
Yeah.
Realtors are always very good at networking with other realtors and just across the board with other vendors,
other
people,
companies, businesses in the area. Anybody that might be looking or have a buyer who might be in mind, a good realtor is going to have a good networking system. Yeah. And make sure your agent, whoever you end up hiring, is giving you updates on what's going on with your listing, any interest that could be going on, Feedback's hard to get sometimes when you show the home, but make sure that they're giving you any feedback that's coming back in on the showings.
And so, guys, last but not least, and this is probably the most important and probably the most difficult at times. Patience and persistence. So be patient. In a buyer's market, selling a home is different. And so I almost said difficult.
It's not. It can be stressful. It can be long.
But it's different.
It's different.
So it's you got to understand the process. You have to stay positive, and you have to adapt and adjust as it goes, as we go down the street with this. Because if you're just thinking you're going to put your house up for sale and it's going to be gone in a week, in a buyer's market, that's probably not going to happen. Could, but it might not happen.
Yeah, not like it is in a seller's market where we were putting houses up and the next day they were under contract. So yeah, it's a little bit different. Patience. You have to be patient. You have to understand, trust your agent is doing everything they can to get that house marketed and get it out there for you. And if they're not, then you need to look for a better agent. So
like us. But the other thing, guys, is it's a buyer's market because there's a bunch of homes for sale now. The inventory is way up.
Competition is
fierce. So you've got to be competitive on the seller side.
Yep.
So those are some tips to help you with this buying or selling in a buyer's market, and we hope this is helpful. Comment below, let us know what you thought. If you stayed to the end, we really appreciate it. Give us a subscribe and tap the bell for notifications, and we'll catch you on the other side.
Have a great day.
Take care.